right, Infernal Blessings. We are back with another video. All right, real quick, couple quick announcements before I begin. If you are interested in a 2024 yearly forecast reading, I'm doing those from now until roughly about the first week in February is when I cut it off. You can reach out to me, send me an email at khnum19@gmail.com and specify in the email so it stands out 2024 yearly forecast reading. You can set that up now. It's a month-by-month breakdown of what you can expect for your 2024 year from the gods, the goddesses, the spirits, the demons, and again, a helpful tool so you can prepare to do what you got to do to make your 2024 a successful year. All right, if you're interested in any other type of reading, I do offer a Clepothic demonic reading, Santa Muerte reading, an Egyptian oracle reading, a shadow work reading, a deity reading. Same thing. Shoot me an email with the days and times you're available and the time zone you live in, and we could set that up and book that for you. Also, if you're interested in signing up for classes, the way to do that is to go to the official Primordial Chaos Patreon page, patreon.com/Baniti, Baniti, Tier 3. That's the tier you want to join. Tier 3 gives you access to the 3 private classes I do every month on Patreon, in addition to the group ritual we do at the end of the month. Again, that's patreon.com/Baniti, Tier 3. You get access to everything in the archives when you join. That's over 3 years worth of content, not just access from the day you join moving forward. You get access to all the classes, the ongoing series. They're all archived. You can take them in order. And again, as I said, what we do on the Patreon is very much more in depth. I talk about things on there I would not talk about openly on YouTube. There's work, exercises, ritual work. Again, it's in a fellowship setting on Zoom where you can interact with everybody when you attend the classes live. If you can't get there live, no worries. Again, everything is recorded and archived. You can go back and listen to it and watch it on your own time and still take all the classes, because all the material, all the reference work, as far as books and materials, is there. So again, that's set up for those that want to take their path of self-mastery to that next stage. All right, don't forget to also the Primordial Chaos podcast, which is available on Spotify and all major podcast platforms. The link to the podcast is in the description box of this video. Check us out on Instagram, Primordial Chaos 9, all one word. Also, check us out on Facebook, 2 words, Primordial Chaos. I also upload all of the new content from YouTube onto the Facebook page also. All right, so information to reach me for a spiritual reading, my email address, the direct link to the podcast, the direct link to the Primordial Chaos Patreon page to sign up for classes is all in the description box of this video. All right, so here we are, day after what they call Thanksgiving, 2023. And I was talking about yesterday something that, again, this is going to be a quick video, but there was something I mentioned yesterday I wanted to elaborate a little bit more on, because sometimes we don't really understand what it means to be in the moment, in the now, and be really locked into your spiritual power. And I'm saying that because sometimes we can get sidetracked with a lot of bullshit. And I mentioned something yesterday. I said, be grateful for what you do have, not for what you don't have. Because what tends to happen is sometimes people focus on and complain and bitch and moan about things they don't have. Learn to build on things you do have. So let me give you an example. And just some things that come up over the years when I'm in consultations. Look, and what brings this up, it's this time of the year, it's the holiday season. And obviously the holiday season can bring up a lot of different emotions. So I want to be clear on that. It can bring up feelings of happiness, joy. A lot of people, such as myself, have great memories and connection to the holidays. But it could also bring up very maybe depressing or negative energy and emotions. For other people, maybe it's for reasons, maybe something traumatic happened at this time of the year. Maybe the holidays bring on something negative, and maybe it's a way of an individual lashing out. But it's a time where a lot of people kind of reflect, right? Reflect on where they're at in life. You know, are they happy individuals? Do they feel good about where they are in life, this, that, and the other? But I always tell people, ask yourself this when it's this time of the year and these type of thoughts come to your mind. Always ask yourself this. Sometimes when you're complaining and you're upset about things because things may not be going your way, you may not have everything you want. Remember, shit could be a lot worse. There's people who, as we're speaking right now, as of the recording of this video right now, some people don't know where their next meal is coming from. Some people don't know where they're going to take their next hot shower. Some people don't know where their next dollar is coming from. And I'm not saying this to sound, like some religious preacher, right? This is just everyday real life shit. So I'm saying this because this shifts your mind and gets your mind more focused to get yourself in order rather than complain about what you don't have, but build upon what you do have, is what I'm trying to get you to see. Regardless if it's not what you want it to be at this moment, that's irrelevant. Because, like, I hear people bitch and complain about shit like, I'm not driving the car I want to drive. All right, I get that. And you should have aspirations to have the best in life. Or I don't have the place or the living space that I want. Well, you have something to build on because some people don't. Whoops. Sorry. Hold on, this thing kind of went out of me. I'm going to have to hold it. I'm in a different car. Some people, just going to have to bear with me. I'm going to have to hold it like this. Some people, again, don't have a living space, right? Some people don't know, again, or don't have a car to get to point A and B. So think about that before you bitch, whine, and complain about shit, okay? Really think about that. Look, as I said a minute ago, you definitely always should be in a frame of mind to better yourself, to be the most successful person you can be. No doubt, I'm 100% on board with that. That's something that I constantly drill in my videos because this path is about being successful in all aspects of your life, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically, and financially. That should be your goals. But it's how all the videos I've been doing lately about being a spiritual warrior, being able to fight, it's how you work through these things. So this is why I tell people, like, you got a roof over your head, right? I'm not saying it might not be easy. You might be going through struggles. You might be dealing with difficulties, but you could be sleeping out on the motherfucking street. Let's just look at it in that perspective. And why I'm saying that should be the energy you draw upon. That should be a motivating force. All right, look, I got this. Now, how do I pull from this and move forward? Because, look, I got to be as blunt as I can when it comes to this part. At the end of the day, nobody gives a fuck. I'm sorry. May not be the most pleasant way to break that down. But if you're sitting around feeling sorry for yourself, life is going to become very difficult for you. Okay? This is why I said we have got to learn on this path, when we're going through times of struggle, times of difficulty, how can we and how do we have the ability to draw from our spiritual power? And that spiritual power should be gained from the knowledge and the wisdom that you've acquired through your study, through your research, and all of those things. That's what's supposed to get you through. You can't be on this path when times of difficulty come and you can't deal with it. Look, we're human. We're going to fuck up sometimes. We're going to make mistakes. We're going to go through periods where we're not at our best, where we're not at our, optimizing and utilizing our spiritual strength, right? We're going to be in moments like that. That's just the way it is. But it's how you come out of those moments. It's how you grow from those moments. Okay? I can't stress enough and say it over and over again. Being on this path makes you see life really for what it is, not for what you think it is. And you guys know I'm the farthest thing from a spooky motherfucker. I'm not a spooky motherfucker, okay? So I don't teach, promote any fictitious avenue or outlet of how you can be successful. Okay, one thing that I do that a lot of other spiritualists don't do, I'm not telling you that you need to come do it through me, pay me, and I'll do work for you to get you where you need to be. No. I show people how they do it for themselves, and a lot of people don't like that because it takes money out of a lot of people's pockets. There's no one ever that would come forward and tell, and anybody could ever step forward and say, oh, Baniti scammed me into telling me I need to do this ritual to pay him to do it, and it was thousands of dollars. I've never done that. Never do I have a history of doing it, and never would I do it. Because I'm trying to show everybody you have the power and the ability to do it for yourself. Now, yes, people reach out to me through consultations and want to do ritual work, spiritual work, but I show them it's not just going to be me doing it. I'm going to show you side by side how it can be done together and for yourself. I don't do it like that, okay? Because it's all bullshit at the end of the day. Anybody claiming that you pay them X amount of dollars to do something for you is bullshit. I don't care what anybody says. You might have been a person that said, yeah, I did that. I paid somebody something and it worked. No, well, it worked because you fueled it somehow with your intent and desire because you wanted it to happen so goddamn bad. Okay? 9 out of 10 times when you sit back on that type of work, it doesn't work. Okay? And I've heard horror stories. I've had people come to me over the years of how they got ripped off, taken for their dough, lied to, or constantly had to go back to the person and that person keeps telling them, I need this, I need that. Or you need to do this, I'm sorry, you need to do that. And it's just an ongoing cycle of fuckery. Okay, so I'm trying to tell you, it's very important this time, especially now, like I said, we're in the holiday season. When you're in that frame of mind, okay, and you start thinking about what I don't have, what I have failed at, what I wish I had, coulda, shoulda, woulda, that shit is irrelevant, is what I am trying to tell you. You've got to get it in gear. You got to just get with the getting, man. And get out there and make it happen. Set goals for yourself. You always should be setting goals for yourself on this path. Okay? What are you working towards? What's your objectives? What are you trying to accomplish? Because here's the funny thing when I talk to a lot of people who are not happy with their lives or don't feel like they're in the place of where they want to be. And then I'll ask them, I say, well, what is it you're trying to accomplish? And for the most part, most people will have a general idea of what, well, I want to do this and I want to be this or that. And then here comes the fucked up part. And then I said, well, what's your plan or what steps or what small goals to those steps have you set to accomplish that? And look, I'm not even exaggerating. 99% of the time, people they ain't even gotten that far. Because they're so fucking busy, sucked in there, trying to find a crutch to lean on and complain or feeling sorry for themselves that they never even got to that stage. That's the fucked up part, people. That's the fucked up part. You can't sit and bitch and moan and complain about stuff going on in your life and you ain't even got no plan to get to where you want to get to. Do you have a plan to where you want to get to and what you want to do and what you want to be? If not, then you can't say shit for the moment until you do. See, I've always had a plan, a vision. And I have a continual vision. See, that's the important thing. A continuing vision. Because this path is continual growth and change. So, for an example, just so I'm clear, just so you're clear, you can feel what I'm trying to tell you here. One of my goals, and this is one of the most grateful things that I'm grateful for every season, because it could be snatched and changed just at the flip of a dime. Or the flip of a coin, as they say, whatever the fuck. Okay, I set out probably going back to the early 2000s, being part of different movements, studying all these different... I realized being involved in all their movements, I realized financially they were poor and lacking in that area. I was tired of accepting this settle mentality when it came to finances and being successful. And that energy from being so frustrated and disappointed with it, I fed off of that power and said, you know what? I'm going to make a change. I ain't doing this shit no more. Okay? Long story. Obviously I made some serious changes to my spiritual path. That's why I'm here now. Made some serious changes on that level. But I also said to myself, one of my key goals is I want to live my life on my time. I want to work when I want to work. I want to do things when I want to do things. I want to have the liberty and freedom, for the most part, to come and go. If I need to take a trip, I want to take a trip. If I want to go out and have a good time, I want to go out and have a good time reasonably. I don't want to have to be counting my pockets. I basically wanted to live my life and do, for the most part, to the best of my ability, what I wanted to do on my time. And I have the ability to do that now. I have a career and a profession that allows the liberty and freedom, and I can do whatever I want on the side. I can do what I'm doing here. I can do what I enjoy to do, working with people, teaching, classes, all of those things I can do, okay? Hold on one second. I can do all those things now, where I couldn't do those before, okay? So I'm grateful for that. And that's been my goal, to live my life on my term, on my time, and how I want to live it. Look, I'm not saying it's perfect. I'm not saying every little thing goes my way, but for the most part it does when it comes to how I want to live my life. I can't complain about finances. I can't really complain about not having anything. I can't complain about not driving the cars I want to drive. All of that was secondary. I had to put priority of getting knowledge of self and my personal self in order, so I could open the doors to all of those things. So I am grateful that I have the ability to live my life how I want to live it. And that's the most powerful blessing of this path. And all you guys watching, have that same ability. Maybe some of you are doing it already, so I'm not speaking to you guys. To those that's their goal, I want its liberation and freedom on all levels of my life. That's part of financial freedom. Earning money, living your life, and doing the things you want to do on your time. This is why I'm able to travel and take trips and tend to my son who travels everywhere playing hockey. This is why I can do classes, work on all of these things. Why? Because this is the life I wanted to live. This is the life that I chose. And I'm happy with it. But I keep building on it. I don't stay content. You can never be fully content in life, because you should always be motivated as a driving force to do better. That's all I'm saying. That's my whole point. That's the things I want you to be thinking about as we are in Thanksgiving opens, the high point of the holiday season leading up to Christmas and New Year's. That's what I mean when I say this is when you get to this point, going into the winter solstice, for us, it's a deep time of reflection, right? That's what this is all about. That's how we need to approach it. Okay, that's all I'm saying. These are the things you need to start asking yourself. Okay. So again, the next time you're bitching and complaining about something, I don't have this, shit's not going my way, and you're sitting around feeling sorry for your damn self. Just remember, some people ain't got no food tonight. Some people sleeping outside with no roof over their head. Some people don't know where their next dollar is coming from. That's real problems, folks. Okay? That's real problems. And look, this path is about tough love. Okay, so I'm going to keep it 100 with you. This is about tough love. This path doesn't teach and doesn't sugarcoat things to make you feel good and to try to dumb it down so you could feel comfortable. No. Anybody that's really on this path, anybody that's a true teacher on this path, and that's why I use the method of tough love. And my definition of tough love is just being straight to the point. And sometimes that's not an easy thing to handle. That's how I was raised and dealt with, and I know that's not how everybody is, but I only know that way to be. Straight to the point. I'm not going to sugarcoat it for you. I'm not going to tell you something to soften the blow, to make it easier for you to just coddle your emotions, because then I would be doing you a disservice, and I'm not going to do that. I wouldn't do that to anybody. So long story short, be grateful for what you do have. That's my point. Be grateful for what you do have, all right? Having said that, I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to get my quick workout in today. Get my day started. Going to the Panthers game tonight. Looking forward to that. Again, in closing, if you need to reach out to me for a spiritual consultation, 2024 yearly forecast reading, or any other reading, shoot me an email, knum19@gmail.com, KHNUM19@gmail.com. That's how you book a reading or a consultation. If you need to reach out to me for classes, information on the podcast, social media pages, everything, the link to the podcast, my contact email address, the direct link to the Patreon page to sign up for classes at patreon.com/Baniti. All of the links and the information is in the description box of this video. All right, appreciate you guys being patient with the camera. I had to hold it. I'm in a different car today. This holder was cutting up. Again, just be grateful for what you do have, all right? Infernal blessings. I'll talk to you guys soon. We out.